So I've been trying to find the best way to share our journey as mold is becoming increasingly prevalent. I share our story on social media. I have the past year about our journey detoxing from mold, and when we finally narrowed down what was wrong with us. We had bought a house 6 years ago that had mold. It slowly but surely made us very, very sick. Strange symptoms that were all across the board. None of our symptoms were the same, making it even more confusing and difficult to narrow down. My 4-year-old started regressing, stopped talking, having rage fits, really picky eating, all of the neurodivergent things that kids are struggling with these days. He's also vaccine injured, and mold just exacerbated that. They both exacerbated each other. I felt like I was living in a bad dream. I kept saying, I think it's mold. God kept trying to show me that's what it was, but I was afraid to talk about it because there's such a stigma and people think you're nuts. And finally, my husband got sick enough that he was willing to consider that it maybe was something weird like mold. Last April, he couldn't get out of bed. We went to the ER. We went to his primary care doctor, and they couldn't find anything wrong. They prescribed him an antipsychotic, said, you're bipolar, you're depressed, take this medication, get some sleep, and follow up with us in a few weeks. He developed symptoms of serotonin syndrome from one dose of that medication. Didn't help resolve any of his symptoms, and honestly, looking back, I feel terrible because I knew better. I knew better. But I was so desperate to help my husband that I went against my better judgment. And that's what fear does. It makes you confused, it makes you desperate, it makes you make decisions you normally wouldn't make. So we moved out of our house. We stayed at an Airbnb. We're scrambling, trying to figure out what we were going to do because we could not go back to our house. We did not have the financial ability to renovate our home. So after praying and trying to figure out what in the world our options were, we decided to buy a camper, which we've been living in for a year. We are still in the beginning stages of renovating our house, remediating. There was mold in every room when we tested. It actually was the worst in my son's room, the 4-year-old who had regressed, stopped talking, and just changed so drastically. We've been slowly but surely healing over the course of the year. We were doing really well, actually, until 2 months ago we got COVID. And all of our symptoms came back with vengeance. I had developed terrible chronic fatigue. My husband was vomiting every day again. My 4-year-old was banging his head on things and just doing all of the things that we were dealing with a year ago when we lived in mold. And I literally panicked because I didn't know what to do. I was absolutely terrified of reliving that, and I honestly don't know if I can relive it. So we've been detoxing. We found something to help us detox, to help our mast cell issues. and we're finally starting to feel normal again. Normal as in how we did before this whole nightmare started 6 years ago. I have felt very called to share our journey because I have met so many people doing the digging and the research that I did when I was trying to figure out what was wrong with us, that are facing these same struggles. It is so prevalent. We aren't crazy. This is real. It's becoming a real problem. It is draining people physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. We still don't know where we're going to get the money to remediate our house. My husband is a carpenter. He's slowly chipping away at it as he's started to feel well enough to be able to work, and in addition to just normal work on our house. This has tested us in every single aspect of our life. Every single aspect of our life. And it was sent to destroy us. But it's not. But we've felt very, very defeated on many occasions. Tears, anger, fear, all of the things. And I've really just wanted to put our journey out there because I know we're not the only ones struggling. People need to know that they're not alone, that there's other people going through exactly what they are, feeling all that they're feeling, and are desperate. Just to know that someone out there knows what it's like. So I just want to share our journey. That's what this video is about. That's what this channel is about. I know God has big plans to use this story to help others, and I cannot wait to see where we are a year from now. He's really started to shed light on what he's going to use this for, because I don't believe he allows any struggle like this without a huge story of redemption and to help his people be well and thrive.